Hey, welcome to the Northwest Georgia football pick'em special, early bird special. We're on a little bit early this week, 8 o'clock in the morning. We'll get all these games picked for you this week, and we'll see what's going on. Benton took a one-game lead on me last week. He's up one. Chris is 6 games behind us right now, so Chris has some catching up to do, and this Friday might be the Friday for him. We'll see. Um, we'll just get rolling here, man. We'll see what we got going on.
And just in case you miss us, we're going to re-air at 7. So
Yeah, we'll
in case you can't find us, we'll be on again later this afternoon.
Yeah, we'll tweet and retweet and send it
Yeah.
out next couple of days. You guys can watch it at your convenience. So if you're sitting in class, man, you need to put the phone down, get to work. Um, but yeah, we'll start off with Hillgrove at Carrollton.
Yeah, to me, this is pretty straightforward. I think Carrollton is going to take care of business at home and just keep rolling.
Yeah, I think Carrollton wins 34 and a half. Sounds about right. As you can see, Chris is not with us this morning. Chris is making that hard-earned money, but he sent me his picks, and Chris is going with Carrollton also. So 3 for Carrollton.
No surprise there, I'm sure.
And like we said, if you want to comment, join us on Facebook or YouTube, and we'll get your comments live on the air. Noonan at South Paulding.
Yeah, Noonan's one of those teams. I think I picked Noonan last week, and they let me down. I like South Paulding. I like the quarterback. I like the D lineman. I like the running back. I like South Paulding. Let's just say it.
Yeah,
I'll take South Paulding in the points.
this is a big game for them in the region. They go 2-0 with a couple of big dogs ahead of them. I like South Paulding. Chris taking South Paulding also. 21's a lot of points, but I think they get the win, which is the important thing. Right down here at Barron Stadium, Alatoona at Rome. Rome opens their region play.
Yeah, Altoona. They've played some. They played. It looked like a tough schedule from what I've seen. Massey has this as Rome a 31-point favorite. I mean, not Massey. Calpreps has a 31-point favorite, but Massey only has a 6-point favorite at Rome. I think the home field advantage means a little bit. I think they got something going, and I'll take Rome in this one, and a closer than that 31 though.
Yeah, I lean more towards that Massey spread than the Cal Prep spread. 6 points sounds about right. Alatoona, they played Cartersville close first game of the season. I think they were within 8 points of Cartersville. Um, yeah, I like Rome in a close one. Chris taking the Wolves also. Villarica at Banneker. Villarica a 9.5 point favorite on the road.
I've never actually seen Banneker play, but I've been to Banneker High School, and we went, which took a few years ago. We played Hornets. I can't remember. Anyway, it was a it was a playoff game. Anyway, I think they ended up losing in the championship, whoever we lost to. But I don't know much about Banneker, but I like Villarica, and I'll take Villarica 9.5.
Yeah, I think the Wildcats go to 2-0 in the region with this win. Halfway to the win total they need for the playoffs. 9.5 on the road. I like Villarica and the points. Um, this is an old school classic right here. Dalton at Cedartown. Cedartown, 34.5 point favorites.
Yeah, and you would normally not see that kind of spread in this game, and I think it may be warranted. I think Dalton's a good team. Don't get me wrong, but I don't know if they're going to be able to match the physicality that Cedartown is going to bring. And I think Cedartown wins the game. 4 touchdowns, 35, 34 and a half is a lot, but I think it's a 3 or 4 score game. I think.
Yeah, I was real impressed with what Dalton did last Friday night on the road at Lassiter, holding them to 3 points. They're going to have the same type of performance this week if they're going to upset Cedartown. I just think Cedartown's too big and physical, like you said. Cedartown, um, probably about that score, 34 and a half. Chris, going with the Bulldogs also. So we're all three for three so far.
That does not surprise me.
Cass is actually at ML King. I got Benneker on there twice, but Cass is ML King. I don't think Benneker is playing a trifecta.
No, I don't think so. ML King. Let's see here. Let's do a little quick search.
And Cass
Cass.
is a 28-point favorite by Cal Preps over ML King.
Okay.
Because I actually have ML King on my paper, but just not on the.
And they are a 25-point favorite on Massey. And they were going to be my pick, whether it be 28 or 25. I'll take Cass in that one. Too much talent.
Yeah, I like Cass. This is a good game for them to get going before they start that, what, 7-5A play next Friday night. Yeah, I think Cass rolls. I think they get it done on the road. Chris, going with Cass also. Woodland at Osborne. Osborne is a 10.5-point favorite by Cal Preps.
Yeah, I've seen Woodland against some of our local teams, a couple of them. I think I'll take Osborne in this game.
Yeah, somebody sent I had the open mic show last night, and somebody sent a stat across that said Osborne is averaging 55 points a game, only giving up seven.
Oof.
Um, the schedule's been kind of weak when I went back and looked at it this morning, but still, I mean, you beat anybody 55-7, you're doing good. I like Osborne at home. They probably cover the 10.5. Chattanooga Prep at Heritage. I couldn't find anything on Chattanooga Prep, but
I
I'm
have
gonna take
you.
Heritage no matter what.
Okay, yeah, I would. I was going to say I'm not sure if Massey knows nothing about Chattanooga Prep or if they know everything about them, but they have a 42-point spread, the
42.
Heritage Way.
Yeah, yeah,
So
I'll
they
go
either know
Heritage.
nothing about them or everything about them. No offense to my Chattanooga Prep folks.
Yeah, and Chris going with Heritage. Heritage, man. So we're through 8 games so far, and we all picked the same teams, man. And
And we
not
pretty
not
and you pretty much said that's how you thought it was going to go this week.
yeah, there's not much variety this week. We're waiting for next Friday, man. There's some colossal games on next Friday night. Druid Hills at Southeast Whitfield. Southeast Whitfield with a chance to go 4-1 for the first time since I don't know when. Southeast Whitfield, a 27-point favorite by Cal Preps.
Yeah, that's they're
Um,
24-point favorite by Massey and given an 85% chance to win. So I mean, I like Southeast. I like their physicality. I like their line of scrimmage, and they got a few playmakers too. I think Southeast wins. 27 is a lot of points, but I think they win the game.
yeah, I agree. I don't know if they'll cover the 27, but yeah, I'll take Southeast Whitfield in that one. Chris, Southeast Whitfield. We will save this next game for the end. This is our game of the week, Ringgold at Adairsville. So we'll skip down to Coahulla Creek, man, the Colts at LFO. 24.5-point favorites on the road.
Yeah, I'd say that's about right. You could possibly see it push a little more, but LFO showed a lot of fight lately, and I like the direction they're going. I'll take Cahola Creek. A couple touchdowns.
Yeah, I think so. I think I mean it could possibly be 28 at the halftime, but I mean the young guys for LFO showed a lot of fight last week against Adairsville. I mean they came in the second half, put some points on the board. I think they do the same this Friday night. I like Coahulla Creek. Chris, of course, going with his Colts.
Going with the Creek.
Big Matt on this morning. Good morning, men.
Morning, Big Matt.
It's early over there in Center Alabama, isn't it?
Yeah,
What we got here? Lafayette? No, we got Ridgeland at Bremen. Bremen is a 22.5-point favorite.
Yeah, I think Bremen's found a little something on offense, and their defense has been playing pretty good. Bremen's been playing good ball, and not to say that Ridgeland's definitely improved. I mean, you could see the improvement on the field and on the scoreboard. So I like Bremen closer than the experts say.
Yeah,
Whoever
I'm
those
probably.
so-called
Yeah,
experts are.
yeah, yeah, so-called experts. It sure isn't us after last week, huh?
After the first 5 weeks, yeah.
After,
I mean,
um,
throw our records out there, and that tells you.
yeah. This man, I battle back and forth on this one. Looking at my upset picks of the week. Bremen 22-point favorite. I know Bremen got the win last week at Gordon Lee. I really have liked what Ridgeland has done in their losses. I mean, North Murray last week they played Cahulla, I think, scored 14 points on them in the first half. A lot of young athletes at Ridgeland. They have the offensive ability to score points. I'm gonna take the Panthers in the upset at Bremen. I know 22.5 points is huge. I'm
Ooh,
curious what yours says over there, Massey.
yeah. Let me pop it.
But I mean, it's tough to go down and get a road win at Bremen. But I'm gonna take the Panthers in my upset pick of the week.
I like it.
And Chris, he's going with Bremen. So finally, man, we get a little variety here. I had to mix things up a little bit,
Had to break it up a little bit.
break it up a little bit, man.
Well, let's see what Massey has to say about it. Massey has it Bremen by 20, so it's
Bremen by
real
20.
close to. And I think I'll take Bremen, and I think somewhere around that it's probably right, maybe 14.
All right, another game in six AAA. Two teams that got off um, with a loss last week. Lafayette at Gordon Lee. Both of them look to get in the win column. Lafayette 11-point favorite.
Yeah, my mind tells me that Gordon Lee is probably my best bet of picking and getting a upset special of the week. So I'm going to go with Gordon Lee and the Trojan offense getting enough done against Lafayette. Now Lafayette is one of those teams that can score a lot of points. You know, I will put an asterisk by. I do not know the health status of Lafayette's bigger running back that's also played some quarterback. You know, Finley, I don't know his health status, so if he's out, that definitely brings Gordon Lee back in a little closer. But I'm going to pick Gordon Lee, regardless of his playing status, as my upset pick of the week.
Yeah, I'm going. I'm going with Lafayette. I think it's going to be a close game. 11 points, probably about right. Um, I have no reason. I have no idea but Chris is going with Lafayette also. So
Gotcha. So I got one different on you there, and Massey has Lafayette favored by 6.
by 6, that sounds about right. This is a game that was real interesting when I did the lines. Wesleyan at Gilmer. Wesleyan is only a 2-point favorite by Cal Preps at Gilmer.
Wow.
Yeah, I got to looking at the records of the team, and what Wesleyan is only 1-3, I think. Which I was kind of surprised by. They were ranked in the top 10 at one point this season, I think.
But
And
my question about that 1-3 is, what's that competition? I'm
right,
going to pull it up.
Gilmer. I mean, they're off to a good start. They lost at Ringgold a couple of weeks back. Had a week off, starting the region play. I think this is an important game for them if they want to have a home playoff game. Hold on just a second. Let me lock this dog out.
Okay.
All right.
So I'm pulling up Westland's schedule to get a little. They got a 31-7 win to Mount Vernon. They lost 30-28 to Decatur. They lost 19-15 to North Cobb Christian, and then 42-7 loss to Whitfield Academy, which I do not know a lot about.
Yeah, I know a lot of people are high on Whitfield Academy this year. I didn't have them in the top 15 to start the season, but I know Recruit Georgia and places like that had them in the top 10.
Yeah, Whitfield Academy is 4-0 and putting up some points. They've beat Macon County. I've actually been to Macon County down there in Montezuma. Strong Rock Christian, and they've also beat Providence Christian.
Yeah, I
And
know. I know they have a big one coming up Friday night.
yeah, you're going to find out the truth about them this week, one way or another.
Yeah.
That's an interesting game. You got that on this pick 'em?
I do not. I do not.
We'll just we'll an extra credit pick right here. Whitfield Academy at Rayburn County. Well, who you got in that one?
I'm
Off
gonna
the
go
cuff.
Raven County. I'm gonna go Raven County.
I'll take Rayburn too. I think just offensive firepower, and not knowing much about Whitfield Academy.
Yeah, I was absolutely sold on Raven when they put 72 points on Adairsville the week after I saw Adairsville, beat Cherokee Bluffs.
Yeah, yeah, which was a good Cherokee Bluff team. I mean, that's not a bad team at all. But
But I'm going with Wesleyan here. I mean, I would love to see Gilmer pull the upset. Um, I think the Bobcats are going to make the playoffs, but yeah,
it's at Gilmer. Uh, why not? Give me the Bobcats. I don't even look. 2 points, man. That's a flip of a coin. That's not no. That's not a favorite. So I'm going to take Gilmer in this one,
okay. Chris going with Wesleyan.
Westland. So I'm going to gain 2 on y'all. No, I'm just kidding.
You gonna put it? You gonna put us away, man? You gonna put us away this week?
Who knows? We'll probably all miss 10 of them.
This is a pretty interesting game right here. Pickens at undefeated Lumpkin. Lumpkin a 17-point favorite.
Yeah, Lumpkin has continued to show up and show out. Whew. Pickens rose up and got a win last week. That was a little bit surprising to me after they started. Man, I just can't go away from what I saw, the physicality that I saw in the spring and what they've carried over. And isn't that a new coaching staff there at Lumpkin
Yeah,
as well? They've
yeah,
got those kids playing like they hadn't played in a while. So I mean, I think I'll take Lumpkin in this one at home in a decent game. I think it's going to be a close game.
yeah. I know. Pickens got in the win column last week. They beat Christian Heritage. Kind of surprised me with that one. Looked good
Yep,
on
a little bit.
defense. But yeah, I agree with you. The physicality of Lumpkin. We saw him back in the spring. Huge, uh, very athletic for big guys. I like Lumpkin. Probably 17 is about right.
Yeah,
Huge game here in 7AA. Haralson County at North Murray. North Murray a 8-point favorite, and Chris is going with Lumpkin too.
okay. Harrelson at Northbury. I'm interested to see what Massey has on that one there. You can go ahead and give
Yeah, yeah,
your
yeah, yeah. Because I think if you just look at the body of work for the season, man, you would think North Murray was a bigger favorite than 8 points. I know Harrelson's played some teams, some tough teams. They played them well. Went down last week to Upson Lee and got upset by an 0-4 team on the road. I don't think we're really sure what Haralson County has this year yet. We haven't seen them play here in the area.
yeah.
This is going to be a big test for them. I like North Murray at home. Just that pass attack. I think they put
Yeah.
up enough points to win.
Before I go giving you the Massey results, I'm going to go ahead and give you my pick. We all know Chris's pick, so you can
Yeah,
go ahead and put that down there.
yeah. Chris is picking North Murray.
Yeah, Chris is picking North Murray, and I'm going to pick North Murray too. I think North Murray has enough offense to overcome uh, a pretty good Harrelson defense. Looking at the Massey has Harrelson favored by 3.
Mm,
So
yeah,
another situation where um, who
they might.
knows?
Yeah, they might absolutely surprise us Friday night, huh?
Yeah, they might do it, which they did this week, really in a opposite positive way because I didn't think that they would struggle the way they did, but On the road, I mean, we are talking about kids that are from 14 to 18 years old. You never know.
Yep.
Uh,
Um, Fannin County, man, at Gordon Central. We saw what Fannin County did last Friday night, putting 56 points on Murphy in the first quarter. I mean, I just hard to imagine 56 points in a quarter.
they're going to score some points, but I guarantee they don't put 56 on Gordon Central in the first quarter.
No.
Um, Gordon Central is going to fight. They may not have as many dudes as Fannon's going to show up with, but I guarantee you're going to get a fight out of that crew. And, 34 and a half, it seems like Gordon Central's team tends to stick around a little more. I think it's going to be close to that, but I'm going to go with Fannin, but a little less than what the spread has here.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's going to be about that. I think Fannin wins. Chris has got Fannin. Um, a game that is not on our list here. I missed it when I was typing them up. Model, Murray County at Model. Model is a 34.5 point favorite.
Huh. Model, model. We knew Model had the defense going, and Model just resurrected the offense last week. And I went back. Me and you both went back and actually
Yep.
watched it on the simulcast here, and they look pretty good. I mean, if they can keep that offense going, I mean, you got them second in the region. So I mean,
Yeah, I got to
I
stick
won't
with
let
it.
you forget. I won't let you forget that.
Yeah.
But anyway, man, that's a tough game. I think Model is just too talented defensively. They're gonna shut down Murray, and Murray did move one of their best athletes to Aaron Flood, the quarterback, so that gives them a little bit of a wrinkle there. But I just think that I think Model's too good. I think Model's got a good team, and they're going in the right direction. Defense has been good. The offense is coming around, and they're going to be in the hunt of things, in the thick of it.
Yeah, I think even if Model hadn't upset Tryon last week, I think Model had enough defense to win this game against Murray County.
Yeah.
Um, just adding that to it last week, makes me side with Model even more.
Hmm.
The only thing you worry about in a game like this is coming off that big win against Tryon. Do they overlook Murray County because they got Fannin next Friday night?
Yeah.
I mean, but I think they do enough to get it done. 34 and a half to me is still a lot of points for an offense that's only scored 60 points in 4 games, but I like the Devils.
Yeah.
Uh, Two of our best quarterbacks in the area, man, going head to head. Bowden at Temple, Robert McNeil, Cam Vaughn. I'm not sure if you saw what Cam Vaughn did last Friday night against Pepperell, man. 385 with 4 touchdowns.
Wow. That might have been his best game yet.
Bowden 16-point favorite at Temple,
What was the final on that game? I don't even remember.
35-28.
God,
Temple.
you go for that. I mean, you would. Man, that's a lot of yards for. Uh, man, I like Bowden, but I mean, if you cannot stop the quarterback run, you're not going to stop Temple. I think I'm going to pick Bowden in this one, but I think not going to be a 16-point spread. I think less than 16.
Yeah, I think the thing that impressed me about Vaughn's performance Friday against Pepperell was it was kind of 50-50 run and pass. He had 260
Ah,
on the ground and 120 in the air. I mean, so if he
man.
can find some receivers, man, and start throwing the ball and mix in that run, he's going to be hard to stop. And I mean, he's been hard to stop anyway. And every team that plays him knows that he's going to run the ball, and they still can't stop him.
Yeah,
But
yeah,
um, I just think they have too many players at Bowden. I like Bowden probably closer than the 16 at Temple. Like I said, though, I think I've missed every Temple game this year so far, though.
so if he,
But Chris,
uh,
Chris is going Bowden. Chris is going Fannin County, and Chris is going Model. I think I forgot Chris's picks, but
yeah,
right down the line there. Clarkston at Heard County. Heard is a 34.5 point favorite. Um, just looking at Clarkson's schedule and results, I think Hurd gets it done.
We got us a viewer at 8:15.
Go Red Devils.
Go Red Devils. I'll take Hurd in this one. I think Hurd jumps on the winning ways this week.
Yeah, this is an interesting game coming up here in 7A. Darlington Tigers going up to Magic Morgan Stadium, man, up in Dade County, taking on Coach Poston and his fellas. Darlington, a 19.5 point favorite.
14-point favorite on Massey. Um, man, I think I'll take Darlington in this one, but closer than the 19.5. I think Dade's going to hang around. I think Dade's going to be there. If Dade's there late, you get that Magic Morgan pixie dust going over there, and you never know.
I'll tell you what, man. Dade's going to have to play the game of their life to compete with Darlington. I went back yesterday and watched that Darlington Northwest Whitfield game.
Yeah.
Man, I was surprised at how dominant the Darlington defense was in that first half. I mean, the first two plays of the game, they sacked the quarterback for like minus 25 yards, and it wasn't even the guys you would think,
Huh.
Um, Darlington 19.5. I think that's probably about right. I think Dade will play them tough. Always a tough place to play up there. But yeah, I'll take the Tigers 19.5. Uh, Wendy Meyer says, "Go Nears."
Yes, sir. Trying to give everybody that joins us at 8 o'clock in the morning a little.
Yeah, we'll give them all a shout out. You're sitting at work, sitting at school, wherever. This is Chris's upset pick of the week, man. Chris believes in that Magic Morgan pixie dust. He is going with Dade County. Coach posting them to get it done. I tell you what, a win by Dade County Friday night would shake things up in 7A. Dade has Trine next Friday night.
Mm.
That's going to be a huge game. But
man, they got the shaft on the region schedule, didn't they?
Yeah. Here's a big one, in 7A also, at the other end of the spectrum, but it's just as important as that one. Our Murchie at Coosa. Our Murchie is 7.5 point favorite at the Eagles.
I mean, that you say that. I mean, this is an important game because the winner could have an inside track at sneaking in that 4 spot. I mean, somebody's got to be number 4. You got a bunch of teams there. You got Armurchie, you got Coosa, you got Dade. I mean, you can still put, even if Pepperell would fall there, maybe, Trine. I think most people are saying Darlington is, quote unquote, the class of the region right now. But, I mean, you got a lot of teams that could get in there. I mean, Chattooga is going to put their name in the hat. This is big for Armurchie and Coosa because if you take this loss, you gotta pull some big upsets to get in the playoffs after this.
Yeah.
So I think it's a huge game. I think it's a must win for both squads if they want any shot at the playoffs.
Yeah, like I said,
must win in the first week of region play.
Must win. This game sets up good for the Blue Indians. I mean, because if they can win this game and then beat Chattooga next Friday night,
yeah,
they're pretty much looking at a playoff play-in game at some point down the season. Yeah. Maybe week 10 against Dade County, But like I said, if you lose this game, it's going to be a tough hill to climb from here on out. I want to pick the Blue Indians, man. I've picked them every week since we've been on here. I watched Coosa play at Gordon Central. I think they found something in that game. They used it last week against Towns County. A lot of athletes on the field. I really like Harrison East, sophomore linebacker they have. A lot of speed on the outside. I'm going with the Eagles at home.
It's funny because I'm going to go with the Eagles as well. I was thinking the same thing. I think just the ability that they've shown to get their playmakers into space and make plays is going to be just enough to get them past Armurchie. And I'm thinking this one's going to be a battle. I'm thinking 20-13, something in that range. So that's why I think the I mean, it could be an upset special of the week, but I'll keep my other upset special, and I'm going to take Kusa as well though, on this one.
Yeah.
Interested to see what Massey has to say about it though.
And Chris is going with the Armurchie Indians.
Ah,
Like I said, my heart wants to pick Armurchie, but I mean, I just think the speed for Kusa. I mean, they have too many athletes out there.
check this out. Win probability: Armurchie 51, Kusa 49. They got 14 to 13.
14-13. I can
14
see
to
that.
13.
I can see that.
Let me
If
let me throw.
if the final is 14-13, I think the Armurchie Indians win, man. With Grayson Perry, All-State kicker.
It's got in a best of 7. It has Armurchie winning 4 out of 7 with an average score 14 to 14 average.
14. Yeah,
Crazy.
dead even for sure.
Yeah.
This is a game close to your heart right here, man. Pepperell,
Close to my heart.
close to your heart. Pepperell at Chattooga, man. Pepperell a 26.5 point favorite.
Yeah, I think that just comes from the amount of points that Chattooga's gave up. It's really been a an interesting season because I mean Chattooga's, yeah, they got 3 or 4 losses, 3 losses I think, um, but they were in a lot of those games. I mean even the game that Cam Vaughn went for 200 and something against them. I mean, late in the third quarter, Chattooga's right there within a score or two. Against Lafayette early in the year, the first game, 5 turnovers, and you're right there within a score or two late in the game. I mean, even into the fourth quarter, and it just kind of falls off late, and you once you give up the backbreaking score, it kind of just elevates from there. And they were able to get a win last week, and maybe they can put a good week of practice together and give a run at Pepperell. I know. I mean, when you play Pepperell, you're gonna have to shut down Rogers, or at least try to slow him down and not let him beat you. You can't let him beat you. You got to make somebody else do it. But the bad thing is, Pepperell showed the ability that other people can do it. The other day we heard about a 70-something yard run, and we automatically thought Rogers, and no, it was somebody else. So
Yeah.
okay, if they can do that, then it makes them a little better. And I think Pepperell has shown improvement as the year went on this year too. So 26 and a half. I think it's going to be less than that. There's a good chance that Chattooga could get Gross back at quarterback this week. That would help, probably spread the ball out a little more. It's going to be interesting to see the defense at Chattooga, what Bubba Bass and the crew can do against. That's a great name, ain't
That's the best name. That's the best name in high school for Bubba Bass.
it? What Bubba Bass can do with Pepperell. I mean, I'm going to pick Pepperell. I think Pepperell wins the ball game, but I think it's less than the 26 and a half that you got here.
Yeah, I agree. I think Pepper wins less than 26.5. I mean, you're gonna have to pretty much do what Temple did to them last Friday night if you want to beat them. You got to have somebody put up a bunch of yards. I don't know if Chattooga's at that point yet.
I
But
feel like they're capable of moving the ball, but it just you're right. They're not at that point right now. I hadn't seen that.
yeah, and Chris is going with the Pepper Dragons also.
Massey has Pepperell a 14-point favorite.
Yeah, sounds about right. Jasper County at Mount Zion. Mount Zion 21-point favorite. Mount Zion was beat last week by Brookstone. Back at home this Friday night. I like Mount Zion.
Yeah, I believe that was my upset special of the week last week, and Brookstone's a good team. Mount Zion's got a lot going for them. Malachi Ackles and the rest of the team really has showed that pretty dang skilled. I think they're going to playoff team, and I think they're going to beat Jasper County.
Yeah, I think so. St. Francis at Christian Heritage. St. Francis a 17-point favorite. St. Francis 3-1 on the year. First loss last Friday night to Hart County. Um, they had a big win week one against Fellowship Christian. I know it's on the road, but I like St. Francis at Christian Heritage.
Yeah, I think adding everything together, I think St. Francis at Christian Heritage definitely.
All right, man. We're down to our final game. Game of the week. Big one in six AAA. Two 1-0 teams facing off. Ringgold at Adairsville. Adairsville is a 15.5 point favorite by Cal Preps.
Game of the week.
Big Matt says, you guys aren't doing anything on Thursday, man. Big game over in Piedmont. Piedmont versus Anniston.
Uh, Big Matt, if I'm not mistaken, did Piedmont not take a loss to that Cherokee County team earlier this year? Um, that's impressive. You don't normally see Piedmont lose a game in the regular season. That's just been a dominant crew. That just shows you how skilled that Cherokee County team is. And I think they actually lost to someone. I think they lost to the Gadsden City team that Carrollton went down and scored about 70 on. I think.
Yeah.
But anyway,
And speaking of Cherokee County, before we get to our game of the week, that makes me look at that model game as more impressive. I
yeah,
mean, Cherokee only beat them 20-0, and supposedly I didn't see the game, but Model coughed the ball up twice inside their 10
yeah.
and gave Cherokee 14 points.
First time in 12 years. Yeah, and like I said, everybody was down. People were frustrated. At trying after that scrimmage game that Cherokee come out and try and turn the ball over 4 or 5 times. And Cherokee obviously is a good team; they're going to take advantage of it, and they did. And you find out as the season goes, Trine's got a good team, and so does Cherokee.
All right, Tigers versus the Tigers. Who do you have? You got them blue Tigers or the green Tigers?
Well, Carrie Harper has the Ringo Tigers. She's going with the Blue Tigers here, and Massey tells me that Adairsville is a 4-point favorite.
4-point favorite.
My heart tells me Adairsville. I think Adairsville's shown they got enough defense, and with Roper and the guys on offense, I think Bobby Campbell says go green, and I think I'm going to go green. I'll take Adairsville in this one, in a close one, because I think the Ringo running back is very good, and they have some skill guys on the outside with a quarterback able to get it to them.
Yeah, Peyton Williams, man, he had a breakout game last Friday night against Lafayette, 280, couple of touchdowns. I think we all
Yeah.
been waiting on him to break out.
Mm-hmm.
But I think Adairsville has too many options. I mean, you shut one of them down, you got two more to go to. I mean, I saw some of the stats from the Cass game a couple of weeks back, and Chris Roper only had 31 yards. If
Mm.
you can hold him to 31 yards and you still beat Cass, plenty of options. I like Adairsville at home. I think 15.5, probably about right. Tigers go to 2-0. Possibly looking at a Coahulla Creek Adairsville showdown week 10, man. That'd be incredible, huh?
Wow.
I know Chris will
Yeah,
be
that
standing on top of the thing waving his
man.
title.
I'll tell you one thing about Coahulla Creek is you're really going to have to get to the quarterback and get him on the ground, or he hurts you. Just the ability, and we see it in the NFL a lot now. Guys that are more mobile that can get you that first down, can get outside the pocket and get the first down,
Yeah.
or extend the play. I mean, I know this is the NFL, but did you see the overtime or the 2-point conversion play that Arizona had where Murray stood back there he got sacked 3 times and still was standing up.
Yep.
It took like 25 seconds, and he just guns one in there. I mean,
Yeah, I think the days of the drop back passer are over, man. Pocket passer. I mean,
you just have to be able to move because you've seen over time you just can't block these guys on the defensive line. If you do, you're putting 2 people on them, and then over time you got basically one coming off of both end, and then the linebacker coming. You can't block. You just can't block them. So
yeah.
you either have to get the ball out quick or be able to move around in the pocket. Most of the successful guys, besides maybe the goat,
Yeah.
can move around a little bit.
Yeah. Well, all right. That does it for this week. Week 6, man. We're halfway through the season. Chris, Went with us with Mount Zion, Pepperell, Christian Heritage, Adairsville. Um, we'll be back next Friday night, man, with some huge games. I mean, the slate next week is crazy. You know, Calhoun, Cartersville, Central, Cedartown, Fannin Model. Just some of the games off the top of my head. I know there's games all over the place next Friday night.
Dade Trine,
Dayton Trine.
Stuganar Murchie.
So yeah, everybody get out this Friday night, man, and enjoy this warm heat. I say warm, but it's hot. It's going to turn cold soon. So
Yeah,
but yeah,
eventually.
yeah. So we'll see everybody Friday night.